So good morning and welcome. So today I would like to take you through the AC panel which we've installed, and if you want to see us installing the AC panel, I'll put a link in the video description. So today, looking at this AC panel, I'm just going to take you through how it operates and some of the good things and possibly bad things about it, some of the things that work and some of the things that don't work on that. So the panel itself, a couple of things first. It's got the buttons on it, the dials for temperature, it's got the volume dial, it's got the hazard lights, and it's got the CD eject button physically on that. And it's broken down to a menu along the top here, which has got rear seats, rear climate, car, front seats and front climate. So we'll start with the front climate, which is this screen that's on here at the moment. Okay, so what we've got here is the left hand side climate and the right hand side climate. It's currently on auto, and if you touch the fan, which will adjust the fan, it's not on auto. And the three bars here, that's the top, middle, bottom. I'll switch that fan off. So that's directing the air. Let me put the fan on to do that. To the three vents, so you can select which vent the air's coming from when it's on manual. And the same for the right hand side. Obviously I've just touched the fan, so that's to increase and decrease the fan, and both dials have got independent temperature settings on that, so driver's side and passenger side. Works very like the original. When you take it down to 0, it will go and put the air conditioning on. Okay, so if we press auto, that's the auto climate that's on. It will try and make the temperature whatever you set it. Sync button syncs the two temperatures in the front to both 19. I've got it set here, and you'll see the two of them changing up there. Down here you've got AC on, you've got the rear heated window, front heated window, and the recirculation on. And bottom here, I'm not sure how well you can see that, it's got max, which will put on the front and rear heated screens, and recirculation and AC. And we've got max AC here, which will put these to low, the latch recirculation on, and I'll blow cold. So that essentially is the front climate. You can switch it off from here. We do have a button here, and I'll come back to that when we're talking about the seats. The next part we're going to look at is the rear climate, which is here. So it's very basic, same operational buttons here, the fan in the back, we've got auto or screens. So that's the rear temperature climate. And also the buttons in the back can be operated independently of that. This is the front seats climate, and what we have here is similar type buttons here, and on these dials here you will note that the dial corresponds with this button here, which is heated seat. And you can turn that on, so heated 1, 2, 3 as you would normally get. You can also switch that part off and switch that part on, so you can just have the back on rather than the back and bottom. And if you turn the dial left, you get cooled seats. This turns blue. You can turn the bottom off in that as well, bottom on, and the same for the right hand side. So that will go to 3. And and same for the right hand side as well. And again, similar buttons round here. If you press this button here, which is massage seats, you'll notice when I press both that the dial is now showing the massage seat. Switch it off, you'll see the little arrows from the bottom, and your massage seat is the arrows or notches on the back of the seat. And you'll notice that there is no changing that when we've got that on the massage seat. So what you need to do is, if you go to climate and select this button here then opens up the menu up here, and this brings up that menu for the front seat climate. And the massage, if you put it like that and you increase the intensity, so we've got 5 here, and I can feel the driver's seat on. If you go back down here, you don't see anything different, but if you press the seat button, you will now notice there's nothing on here, which is the driver's side, but this is at 5. So whoever's designed this panel hasn't swapped this over yet. So on the left side we've got 5 intensity, and let me go back to seats, which brings this up here. If we go to massage, it's 5 intensity here. Go back down to seats and it's 5 here and nothing here. So if I increase the intensity of the left seat, which is 5, I'll put that at 4 just to make it different. Now you look down here, you've got 4 here and 5 here. Now there is no way of adjusting that from here. This is an indication only of what the intensity of the massage seat setting is. The only criticism I would have is, when we go into the climate screen, I would have expected that button, which switches this on, to be on the seat options, but it's not. Okay, if we press the button here, that takes us back onto heated seats, and you'll notice the dials have went to the heated seat option, and that's where we can change. I'll put one at cold, one at hot. I can then press this button again and it's taking me to the massage seat intensity value. You also note that this goes back to its normal until you press climate, these, and that will change. So it's now telling me I've got, on the left I've got the heated seat on and the massage seat on, and on the right I've got the cooled seat on and the massage seat on. So if I go to seats, it's the massage that's been selected on both of them. That's both the left hand side, and it's 4 and 5, which are the opposite each other. If you notice that, that's 4 on the left and 5 on the right. So that's just one issue with how the panel's configured. The rear seats, very simple. You'll notice this has changed, and we can put them on as we would do the front seats, to on or cooled. And when you're on, again you can switch the bottom part of that off, put that one on cooled, or you can switch that on again. So they're very simple, and again you can operate these from the rear. There is no massage seats in the rear of this car. Last thing looking at is this menu in the middle here, which is car, and this will bring up an image of the car, and it's also displaying the auto terrain response system. So the auto terrain response system is referring to this panel here, and if we take that off auto and change that to, I think this is gravel, you'll notice in the panel it changes to gravel. There is no physical operation of these buttons, but when you do change the options on the terrain response, it displays on the screen only. And there is a wee slight delay when doing that. So that all this screen is showing is a nice picture of the car, which is cool, and what option of the auto terrain response that you have selected. So I'm going to select it back to normal, put it into auto, and you'll have this illuminated here. This one I suspect is for another model. Mine doesn't have an eco option on that, so I suspect if there's another model, maybe a sport or whatever, that might operate. Another thing on this screen up in this top right hand corner is a settings button, which is a circle with two wee cogs in it. You press that, and what you've got on here is, on the left side, you've got theme. Don't know why I call it theme, but it's theme anyway, and it's on auto. And what that will do is, when the automatic lights are on in the car, if it's dark outside, it will make the screen darker like that. And if you prefer to have that on all the time, well, I suppose that's each to their own to have that kind of dark colour. I'll just go back and show you that. So that's what it looks like at night when the lights are on auto. You can have it always on bright, which is daytime, so during the day your automatic lights are not coming on. It will be like this, but it will change as the lights come on during dusk. So I tend to set that at auto, so it does come on and off. The language is either Chinese or English, which is fine. And down here we've got the version number of the software within the panel, and I'll come back to that in a second. On the right hand side we've got luminous control, so we've got brightness here, I hope you can see that, dimming down or going up, and we have, I think this is contrast, I would imagine, to make it different. I'm not sure how that will work on here. Doesn't make it very dark. I think it only works on that setting there, or auto, as we're during the day. So coming back to this version number, when you first install the panel, you'll notice there's something different about it, and I'll show you how to do that. So where it says TD Land Rover AC version 901, if you press and hold that, there will be this hidden menu that comes up in Chinese and in English, and hopefully we can see that. And there's a number of tick boxes down each side of the options that you can tick, and the one I've only used so far is this one down here, which says right hand drive, to try and configure the panel into right hand drive. However, it doesn't seem to work when you've got the massage seats on, because it's the opposite indicator. This is indicating the right massage seat, and this is indicating the left massage seat. So just to demonstrate, if I untick right hand drive and hit OK, the panel reboots. If I go back into car, in fact, if you actually look now, you'll notice that the climate seats car rear have changed position to indicate this should be for a left hand drive vehicle. So that climate would be operated from that side, and that's what that's for. And if I go back to car settings and hold my finger over here again, it brings that menu up. So it's got heated seats front, cooled front seats, massage front seats, single AC, front dual AC, which is we've got 3-zone air conditioning, heated rear seats, cooled rear seats, rear climate, and right hand drive. So what I'll do, just for an experiment, I'll untick rear climate, I'll retick right hand drive, untick cooled seats, untick heated rear seats, and hit OK. So I'm assuming now that it will not let me see the rear seats, because it's only showing me car, seats and climate. Why you'd want to do that, I don't know, because I would like to have control of it all. So let me go back to car settings. I'll hold that back in again. So 3-zone, heated rear seats, cooled rear seats, rear climate. Okay, so you'll notice all the different options have appeared on here. So I've got rear seats hot and cold, I've got rear climate there as well. So if I go back to car again, into that menu, you can mess about with that whatever way you want. So if you've got a left hand guided vehicle, that's what you do there. So it's a panel reboots. A lot of people getting these panels installed, different variants of these panels, will also get the Android head unit for that. I don't have an Android head unit. I may well get one in the future, but at this point I don't. So one of the downsides of this I have noticed, and I've noticed other people commenting on these panels, is that there are a number of the buttons don't work. Well, for me there's two. So if, for example, I went into nav, agree, and my sat nav comes up, and I wanted to go to the home button, it doesn't work. It only just illuminates, whereas with the original AC panel it works perfectly, and I have tested that. Although there is an option here to go back. Other thing it doesn't work, if I go into audio, I go into TV, so here we have the TV on. This button up here for the dual screen doesn't work. It illuminates the button, but it doesn't actually work. So you should be able to see the difference, but it doesn't work. It's not a major issue. However, I would have liked that whole panel to work as it was originally designed. And again, the home menu won't take you back, so you'll have to go back here. I shall try and put a clip in where I've put my original AC panel back on and show you that button actually working. So I'm going to try the original. So this is me trying the original AC panel with the home button, menu and dual screen. You'll notice the dual screen one's got an orange light to the right of it, which doesn't appear when you have the new screen on that. So when I press the home button with the original panel, it works fine. So it looks like the original panel and the dual screen button works fine along with the home button. So that's a bit disappointing that button and the home button doesn't actually work. However, I may in the future get an Android head unit for that. I'm not that bothered. I quite like that. I know it's a bit old and dated, but hey ho. Okay, so in essence that's the AC panel. Works great. I think I prefer the dials. The other one I had, if you notice in some of my other videos, was the original panel without the dials. Quite liked it. However, after using this one, I think I prefer having the dials when you're driving, just to turn. But certainly makes the car a wee bit more modern. And if you've got the Android screen, it certainly makes this car a wee bit more modern, or more up to date, if that's what you want to do. So you can fit one of them. They're fairly straightforward to fit. So that's about that. I hope that video was helpful to let you see some of the features of the AC panel, and you found that useful. So I'll close the video out. Happy to answer any comments. I'll put the link in the description, as I said earlier, to let you see us installing this new panel, which is very simple. Take you about maybe 20 minutes, half an hour if you've never done it before, and it's just a matter of taking some trim off and plugging it in, and away you go. So it's very straightforward. Thanks for now. Catch you later on one of my other videos, and take care.